Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat. I don't want to do this in front of my sister.
Why not? She knows the slope of the land, don't you, girl?
Didn't I tell you not to talk that way to my sister?
You told me a lot of things, not one of which meant more than a fart in the middens. Before me, your sister was just another duster. Now check her out. Braids down to here, gold-capped teeth. She can recite elf poetry and play the string harp. Every man's dream. All she's gotta do is find a lord, squeeze out some kid who looks like him, and we're all living the easy life in the Diamond Quarter.
Please, don't get involved. You know that never goes well.
How much more does he think you... Don't like to see him treating you that way.
I'll treat her however I like.
Oh, he gotta
as long
die.
as you both eat off my plate. You keep your head down and say aye to any job I decide is low enough for scum like you. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brats. Then you both go free. And I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life.
And her son will call you uncle and come visit on name day?
That's what everyone likes. A casteless with a big mouth. But I didn't come for the joy of your company. I've been looking at my investments, and this one hasn't borne much gold. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
Watch yourself, Barat. We may not need you pretty soon.
Everyone needs me. Because everyone has things they want, and my Carter, we're the ones who provide. Until you can do that, you're nothing but some whore's little sister. So shut up and do as you're told.
And what do you want me to do?
Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
I can't stand the way he treats us.
Just be careful about showing him. You've been lucky so far. He thinks it's funny when you and Lesky get vulgar. Some of the nobles I've met, they'd as soon have your head for speaking your mind. That's why I didn't tell you. Barat's been warning me ever since two of his other girls found patrons at Lord Harrowmont's reception. They've been getting gifts already. Lord Rooston gave Elsie a surface silk gown and she's not even pregnant. Barat's getting impatient.
I want you to stop working for him.
I wish I could. Just go and walk the deep roads until we find a magical crystal kingdom and live happily until the stones embrace. But it's not happening. You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Barat's leash for life.
Don't know why I can't join the army and fight Darkspawn.
It's sheer folly. One more way the nobles protect their status. They say casteless soldiers are more danger to each other than to Darkspawn. That it's an insult to the smith to let us touch a fine-made weapon.
Oh, wow.
Truly, they just don't wish to insult the warrior caste by showing that given the same opportunities, we could lead an army just as well.
They'll rather we all be killed than admit they're wrong.
I have little love for the nobles, but they know, more than we ever will, what the Darkspawn have taken from our kind. Every noble I've met has had a brother or a nephew killed in the deep roads. Yet they let their arrogance blind them to the fact that we could help defend the city against the Darkspawn.
Aren't they doing anything to protect us?
Aye. They would even turn to humans for aid before us, it seems. There's been talk of an alliance against the Darkspawn. Even that the Grey Wardens have stepped up. But we don't have time for this now. Lesky must be waiting, and Barat won't like it if I'm late for my appointment.
You're right. Goodbye.
Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
Journal. Your journal tracks updates to your current objectives and records. Quest, that's fine. Credit. Q. Oh. Guess. Okay. Got it. Inventory is divided into 2 sections. Equipped for a selected character on the left and shared on the right. That's our. Ooh, you come with this. Ooh, this one. There. Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, we don't have a quest yet. Alright. Use the WS boss keys to explore. There we go. Move your mouse with a zoom. Okay. Oh, this is kind of long. Okay. The caste list. Orzammar society considers these caste lists lower than even the servant caste. Indeed, the caste lists are not allowed to become servants, as it is too honorable a position. They're seen as a little better than animals. Their faces branded at birth to mark them as the bastards children of the kingdom. Their home district, little more than a slum, is a haven for crime, organized and otherwise. Orzamar's guards seemingly cannot be bothered to patrol the streets. The best the most casteless dwarves can hope for is a life like the one of a local crime lord, ended up abruptly by violence or an overabundance of toxic lichen ale. Even so, there is some hope for the casteless, a dangling rope that offers a way into a greater Orzammar society. Since a dwarf's caste is determined by the parent of the same sex, the male children of a nobleman is part of the noble's house and caste. Strangely, it is acceptable for casteless women to train in the arts of courtly romance to woo nobles and warriors. They are known as noble hunters. Any male born from such a union is considered a joyous event, considering the low birth rate of dwarven fertility. The mother of the entire families are then taken in by the father's house, although they retain their caste. Seriously? The dwarves we know on the surface are considered casteless once they leave Ozamar, although this is only relevant to those who return, if they are allowed to return at all. Dwarves who leave for the surface, the sun-touched as they're often called behind their backs, lose their connection to the stone and the favor of the ancestors, and thus are worthy of little more than pity, for upon dying they have said to be lost to the stone forever. Put that way, it seems a sad existence indeed. From Stone Halls of the Dwarves by Brother Denativi, Chantry Scholar. I don't like this at all. Alright, quick. Yeah. There we go. Is there a reason I can't move this?
As you wish.
There we go. Poultice and daggers. You already have daggers equipped. And they're both the same, so it won't matter. Can we give her...
What is it? I'm kind of in a hurry.
You haven't moved at all. What else should I know about Barat?
Well, you've seen more of his bad side than I have. Barat likes to call himself a provider. He says he has the contacts to get almost everything into or out of Orzammar.
I don't want to... If he's so successful, why is he hustling you to some noble?
It's a big risk. Gambling that a girl will get pregnant with a son. But it's the only way into the nobility. The only thing in Orzammar Barat wants is the one thing he can't buy.
I don't want to work. I should get going now.
Off with you then. Leski's probably waiting outside.
Huh. Who are you, my god? Kala?
Who's that? Why are you bothering me? Rika?
Oh, this is our mom? No, mother, is Nadi your daughter?
Don't you talk to me like I'm an idiot. You think I don't know my own kid? What are you doing here anyway? Rika said you were finally making something useful of yourself.
Doesn't it matter you that Rika has to whore herself out? You have to stop it, mother. You're killing yourself.
You tell me. Just what do I got that's worth living for?
What about me? What about Rika?
I know you both hate me. I know what I done to you, but it was for your own good. The world's a cruel place.
Oh.
You had to learn that. You think you'd be where you are now if I'd let you hide from a few slaps? Everything you are, I made you.
Oh. Do you think that's something to be proud of?
I tried my best. They treat us like dust, tell us we're cursed. How else are we supposed to live? We got nothing. There's no way out for any of us.
You're wrong. I'm gonna make something of my life.
You can try, but you'll never get it off you. Dust Town, it sticks to the skin. You don't bleed red enough for them, and nothing's gonna change that. All you can do is find some way to forget.
Oh, I was not expecting that at all. That did. Oh. Eve. Dust time.
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Growl.
Have I told you never to talk about my sister that way?
You're just jealous because you want the majesty of Lesky for yourself, you shameless hussy. What do you say?
You like Rika because she can't break you with one hand.
That does have its appeal. But as much as I'd love to keep chatting, we better get down to business.
Right, what's the story?
Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias, some surfacer. Barat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Barat's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back.
Any idea where this Oskias is?
All he told me is find him. Duster's got some family from the merchant caste. He's probably staying near their quarters.
What do we do with him if he's been holding out?
Well, if he is skimming, we kill him, of course.
What?
I mean, Barat doesn't let anyone swindle him and live. Bringing his head on a plate is completely optional, though.
What kind of goods are we trying to find?
You know, gold, lyrium, spices.
Oh.
Anything that Barat might cut someone's head off to get.
I don't think it's right to just kill the guy.
We're not just killing him. First we take back anything he stole and then we kill him. Come on, you can feel bad later.
Fine, but let's at least find out what he's done.
Whatever lets you sleep at night, my friend.
A new party member has joined you. Left from his or portrait or body. Use the text menu to adjust how to control them. This is on the other side of the freaking keyboard. Oh wait, what is that? Oh yeah, I forgot we can swap. That's fine. What do you have? You have our same. Nah. What do you have, my guy? You're a level 1 rogue as well. Poison combat training. Interesting. Dual weapon. Oh, I didn't. Wait, what is this? Oh, the resistance. We have that as well, don't we? Yeah. More proficient with 2 weapons. And you also have the same stuff we have. Sure. Well, minus the deft hand. I don't think we have anything in our internal. Oh, on the streets of Dust Town. Nothing new in the codex. Control. I for inventory. R. Is there a way? There we go. This is what I was looking for. Target using melee. Enemy target melee. Enemy attack and main character attack. That's fine. Being attacked by a melee character. itself. And health is under 25. Use space. So, I'll be mainly with us anyway. As Natty anyway. So, enemy. We'll wait till we get more stuff for this. Excuse me. So let's just clear that out. Automatic action. Highest priority will activate before one further down the list. Top. Oh, I never realized that. You can reorganize by left clicking on a number and dragging. Be temporarily disabled. By left clicking on the plus symbol for this one. Yeah. Fine. Oh, not you. Beggar.
You're looking for a place to sleep? There's a vent behind Givast's. You don't mind if you use them.
Hey, gorgeous. You looking for something to keep you warm tonight?
Huh.
I saw Prince Balin yesterday. He wore violets. Tell your mother I said hello.
Not us. Not at all.
2 bits for the needy.
What do you think you're looking at, old man? The needy.
I seen you before. You're one of Barat's girls, the one with the sword. You don't know from needing. Not until you're my age.
What do you mean?
You think Barat's going to want you when you're old? Soon as your muscles go, it's the clean crew on the streets for you.
I can
Unless
see
you
it.
find some man to fill you with babies and give you the care for them, you'll be gone soon enough. Only place for you to end up is here, watching some castless upstarts refusing to share their coin.
Is there anything you give me for my money?
Ooh, you drive a hard bargain, soldier. You looking for someone to shine your shoes, clean your pots, keep you warm at night?
Just tell me, have you seen a surfacer named Oscaris?
Is that what you're looking for? That's worth 10 bits, no?
Forget it. I don't want to intimidate. I want rather persuasion. You can find me or I can dig them up myself.
You think I got nothing for you, but you'll see. This'll be you someday. Soon as you start to wrinkle up and Barat's got no use for you. Don't think you got anywhere to go but here.
How much? Where's our gold? I don't even think we have any gold, actually. That's up. Nope, right here, nothing. That's what I was trying to do.
Spare silver. My boy needs medicine. The docs say he won't wake without it.
I get it, man, but we have nothing. Yeah, they're your Already inventory for. Come. I don't think there was anything here. Zoom the character change from over the shoulder exploration to a top down tactical. Hold down the right mouse button. I really hope we get to kill Barat.
Sounding castless breed like rats.
Safe?
What are you doing here, Brand?
I can't steal from him. That sucks.
Good day there, sweetness. You looking to make a quick bit? You could be just what I'm after.
I'm no man's whore.
And I'd not be welcomed by my wife if she thought I fancied castless flesh. I've got a different offer. You look like you've still got all your teeth. Nice and healthy. I craft replacements for nobles who have lost theirs. I can pay you real handsome for some of those. 1 silver for 2. What do you say?
Are you serious? I'm not gonna justify that with a response.
Suit yourself. Plenty of brands are willing.
What? A-hole.
Have you heard? King's got a team who found traces of Bronca in the deep roads.
Oh? Found her body, did they?
No, tools. Signs of camp, things like that.
Paragon or not, Bronca's dead. She's been
Bronca?
gone 2 years. No one survives the beast that long.
Who is Bronca?
It's been a long time since the last Grey Warden visit.
Lesky, you old scamp. What are you doing here? Trying to charm me out of another set of ribbons for your girl?
Trying to talk you into being my girl, Olinda. You know my heart's breaking for you.
Don't you go saying that around my husband. Who's your friend?
I'm Natty. Pleased to meet you.
You're welcome to look around.
Oh, she's
I'll slide
nice.
on the markup since you're Lesky's friend, but I can't give anything away for free.
I'll take a look.
Just don't touch anything if you can't meet the price.
I do want to sell this. But I don't think... Actually... Oh wait. Sell. Oh, it's 2 apiece. Sell. And then... It may... We have it, so I don't care that much, honestly. Toxin. Let's do 1 flask. Actually, no, let's do increase movement speed. Oh, you have Venom. Let's just add 1. Let's buy 1. 1 Venom. Oh no. Actually, nope, let's do what we have. You have just gained access to your first store. Here you can buy and sell items. Various stores are scattered throughout the world. While a transaction is open, you may use the buyback function to reverse any accidental sales or purchases at no loss of money. Once the deal is closed, however, the items become the full property of the shopkeeper and thus are only available at full price. Makes sense.
Great prices on all arms and armor, like they were crafted by the Paragon Smith Bronca herself. Sod off, Brand. I don't have anything for the likes of you.
These people are rude.
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come.
You're a merchant. Why do you wear a castless face brand?
Same as you. It's illegal for me to walk here without one. I'm from the surface, so by the law of assembly, I'm castless. But I think of the brand as just a part of the license to vend my wares. I use a washable ink, and when I return home, it's gone first thing. I cannot imagine wanting to wear the beastly thing every day.
You have another suggestion?
If you were on the surface, you could open a shop, claim land, and start a farm, and get legally married by the human chantry. Orzammar is the only place in the world that will treat you like this. Yet you all stay. I'll never understand it.
But isn't the surface disgusting and full of humans?
There is one thing about the surface, though. There are no castes, and we dwarves all look to help each other. It always seems sad to me that our homeland is the one place in this world where you're likely to be killed by a fellow dwarf. Now, unless you're gonna buy something, I need to unload and get home before the rain sets in. That's water from the sky.
So we know nothing about that. Can I look at your wares?
Fine, but try to steal anything and I'm calling the guards.
The crazy thing is, I honestly really want to sell these things because I kind of feel like it's a cheat. But let's a freaking, you can sell it and get a bow. A freaking sharp. Oh my god, you are right. We can't afford any of your stuff. Oh, no.
Watch yourself. The Shaper doesn't need your footprints all over his clean clothes.
I didn't touch anything.
We'll stand further back. I'm not gonna risk my position by having someone see you near his robes. After my mother took 5 years of her personal time sewing fine dresses for the head maid at the Shaperate, Mother tells me they never considered a single other candidate when the position opened for underwasher.
Is working for a Shaper that prestigious?
It's barely under the king himself. They control Orzammar's memories. They oversee births, marriages, death records, histories, everything we do or are. Except you, I guess. Casteless and criminals aren't allowed in a Shaper's presence.
Well, we do know from the Codex. I think we would know that you don't have to be a cast to be a servant. Why not?
Whatever horrid deviants you're descended from were written out of the histories and deemed unworthy to join the ancestors. Obviously, they bred anyway. But their children can't possibly deserve the same protections as those who were legitimately born.
What exactly does a Shaper do?
They control Orzammar's memories. They oversee births, marriages, death records, histories, everything we do or are. Except you, I guess.
Yeah,
Casteless and criminals aren't allowed in a Shaper's presence.
Sorry, I'll let you get back to your wash.
As if I'd stop for you.
Oh, man. The city of Ozdemar. Let's do this first. The city of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the city of Orzammar is one of their finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions from the court of the king, as well as the Shepherd, which serve as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. That's the Shapers. The lower tier is the Commons, where the merchant caste holds sway and where the finest works of Orzamar's craftsmen are for sale. In the center of the river of lava, connected to the Commons by a causeway, are the proving grounds, a sacred arena where the dwarves, by ancient tradition, settle their disputes. On one side of the fiery river are the ruins of the old dwarven palaces falling into disrepair, which the locals call Dust Town, now home to the city's castles. On the other side of the river are the deep roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Deep roads. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages have been lost, even to its builders. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantley Scholar by Brother Genitivi. I am not a fan of the dwarven, like their entire system. The system
Go
of
back to your dirt pile, scum.
Ugh. Their entire system here is horrible.
I assume this pile of worthless junk belongs to you? You realize it's in the way and that the patrols will not be able to come through? Move it, or I shall have it thrown out in the deep roads, and you with it.
I'm so sorry, my lord, but they told me to move my goods over here. I couldn't even set up shop in my usual place.
Nonsense.
It's true. They said that the servants needed to polish the floors on that side of the commons in preparation for the new commander's first commission.
Yes. The new Idukan Commander's Feast is tomorrow, isn't it? I suppose it can't be helped then.
I can imagine how differently the Royals side would have went. But this is annoying. It's...
They should send someone to pick up the trash.
Ugh. And they would probably praise me if I was a royal. Which sucks. Well, which would be awesome, but at the same time it sucks.
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds.
Sorry, I was just leaving.
Huh.
So that highlighted door from here.
This should be easy enough.
Barat won't want to see us without proof that Surfacer's dead.
Oh, that's Barat's place. The area map is a top-down view of your current area. Some areas will only be revealed when you explore them. By default, plot helpers are not shown in underground and unexplored regions, but you can change this into options. I'm not changing that. Oh, it shows us. Cool. Tavern. Along. Proving ground. Tavern we go.
This place is going to the nuts. Castles rolling around the edge of the place.
The guards suck. Say.
The ancestors were smiling on my beds today. Another round from the house.
He's probably going to deny us, but let's see.
No castless.
Yep. Do you have an over... Just tell me if you got a customer name or Osiris.
Why would I tell you anything?
Take a close look before you finish that sentence. Are you sure you want to make us insist?
Oh, I didn't realize who sent you. He's here all right. Oscius. Right over there. Been nursing that same mug half the day. Paid up front, though. Good silver. What's he done?
You want to make that your business?
Sorry, Just trying to make conversation.
I thought you told us we walked in.
Do what you have to. Just try and keep it neat. I'm still paying for this space.
Patron. Stop.
Who let them in here?
I mean, annoying.
They say the warrior caste is hosting a proving so the Grey Wardens can look for candidates.
Good to know. Where are you?
Can a man drink in
You're
peace?
drunk. Ah. 4. Alright, let's do this.
Hey, I was saving that seat.
That's real thoughtful, Ascaius. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name?
Let's just say we've got a mutual. We're here to stop you from making a big mistake.
I don't know what you're talking about. You probably have the wrong Ascaius, see? I just got here this morning. I'm usually on the surface, and...
So you're not the turncoat two-faced swindling duster Barat told us about.
I never did anything. Barat's got no reason to send you after me.
If you did nothing wrong, you got nothing to fear, right?
I just want to make sure nobody, does anything too hasty.
Of course not. This is just a friendly inspection.
Making sure you didn't accidentally pocket any processed lyrium, you know.
Look, I always been loyal to Barat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him.
Then why have you been holding out on him?
I haven't. I wouldn't.
You think that's gonna convince me?
I do have some lyrium ore. I have a little deal with one of the mining families. If it worked out, I was gonna bring Barat his cut, I swear. I'd be crazy not to.
Suicidal, one might say.
And who have you been selling to?
Surfacers pay good coin for lyrium. Mages up there, they use it for their spells. Smiths use it in enchanted weapons. I just took the money and ran. I mean, back to Barat to share the profits.
And how much ore did you take?
Just a little, maybe 25 sovereigns worth.
25 sovereigns?
Most of that's with my buyers on the surface. I just picked up a few nuggets down here. If I were to maybe give you a piece, that's a lot of coin. Could you forget to mention this to Barat?
I'm listening. I don't like guys.
I don't got any coin myself. I make that topside, but you can take the ore and sell it, maybe get enough to get out of this nest. What do you say?
We don't take from clients. We don't steal from Barat. You shouldn't either.
It's his. Take it. Will you let me go now?
I'll tell. Liz?
Could everyone who isn't about to die please turn around for a moment? This may be unpleasant. Thank you.
You can't do this. Help! Call the guardsmen! This is murder!
You two let me know if you need anything. I'll be in the back.
It's just a bunch of rocks. You're gonna kill me for that?
I wish there was another way.
Then let me go. Tell Barat you killed me. I can run to the surface. He's never got to hear of me again. I'll give you the lyrium. Do whatever you want with it. Give it to Barat. Sell it yourself. I don't care.
If you ever find out about it, he'll kill me.
I'll get out of the business. Open a dry goods shop. He'll never know I'm still alive. Please. What would you want if it was you?
People think everyone left. Everyone left. Go quickly. If Barat ever hears of this,
He won't. I swear. You'll never see me in Orzammar again. Thank you. You're as kind as you are beautiful. May the ancestors bless your steps.
this is gonna be horrible. Oh, they gotta be plot nuggets. Miriam nuggets. He spared Osiris' life, but warned him never to come back. You're sure he learned his lesson? It's time to return. Oh. Where? There we go. Oh, we can't talk to you, outsider.
Was that smart?
Oh, there we go.
If Virat finds out Oscius ran, he'll kill you. He'll kill me. He'll make you kill me, then yourself. Then he'll probably stew us and serve us to the poor.
It's too late for regrets. He's halfway to the surface by now.
We should bring Virat delirium as proof of what Oscius was doing.
Yeah, we are. Let's go. Oh, I really hope he gets closer. Save.
The king is old. His rule won't hold much longer.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests than Trian.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows I can provide. We'll finish this later. It's about time you two showed up. What happened with Oscius?
He's guilty. We're already lying, so I'm not going to do this. He's guilty. Here's delirium.
That's all? I guess the Duster was smart enough to keep his main stash topside. And Oscius himself?
I killed him myself.
Very interesting. Seeing how my cousin...
Excuse me, man!
And he says he saw something change hands between you and Oscius. And then the Duster saw him, stood up and walked out on his own 2 feet. Does that sound like what I asked? Jarvia, what does that sound like to you?
Sounds like some jumped up face brands thought they could take a bribe and let him walk free. That's just not right.
The lady says it's not right. You wouldn't disagree with a lady, would you?
Do we see a lady? I'm not stupid enough to kill Osiris in public.
Right. I mean, no one's gonna say spit to you, Virat. But we can't move that free. We needed to get Oscius somewhere private. We took him to the lava sinks behind the mines. You won't be seeing him again.
I don't like you making me look weak, but it's smart to try to keep the swordcast from asking questions. That's why I like you too. Now I got something else for you. Make some use of your unique skills.
Let me guess, I don't really have a choice.
You're catching on. The Warrior Cast is hosting a proving today. All the best fighters, last man standing, you know the sort of thing. They're showing off for some Grey Warden who's looking for candidates to drag off to a life of eternal glory. Now, it's not often we get every named fighter in Orzammar lined up like that. And I have certain acquaintances who take an interest in this sort of thing.
You taking bets on the fighters?
There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favorite fighter's an officer named Minar, veteran of 4 Darkspawn campaigns. Havaird's a long shot. Just got back from a deep roads offensive. Some young fuck who has all the ladies drooling. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand?
And how I'm supposed to help him win?
The fight only gets announced to contestants themselves to prevent illegal gambling. So first, you'll have to find a Verd, see who he's fighting and when. When the name Minor comes up, I want you to slip this drug into the bastard's water. It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. But it wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight.
Does everyone know you're doing this?
He's the kind of warrior who wants to show off his oiled physique to a cheering crowd. You think he wants scum like us making money on him? Don't let him know what you're doing. Just find his chamber, see when he's fighting, then go to Minor and dump the drug.
How am I supposed to get into Minor's water?
He should have an alcove for his pre-fight preparations. All the fighters are provided basins of water. If you're asking how to sneak in there, you're pretty much saying you're no good to me.
What is this drug?
I'm not asking you to distill it, just drop it into a basin. That's all you need
That
to
can
know.
get us killed, can it? Where's the proving?
It'll be in the big arena north of the Commons. Normally castless aren't allowed on the grounds, but I got you a pass. It says you're
We
there
had
to clean up the
connection.
waste trenches, not to watch the fights, so don't look conspicuous.
How do I find Everett?
You'll be in the fighters' quarters under the stands.
Alright, we'll go.
You bet you will. Here's your pass to get on the grounds. The proving starts as soon as the clock strikes. And when I say I have coin on this, I'm not talking about some pittance, like the value of your life. If I don't see a Verd's name on the winner's sheet, you'd better make sure I never see you or your sister ever again.
Proving loyalties. The Proving. Belos Ashadam, in the 23rd year of the reign of King Ragnan, Aedekin, an old man of the servant caste, was accused of stealing a sapphire ring from his employer, Lord Dace. The servant was stripped of his position, he and his family thrown to the streets as soon after that the servant died. The son of the disgraced servant challenged Lord Dace to a proving, declaring that his father had been the victim of a cruel injustice and the ancestors would bear him witness. Lord Dace had no choice but to accept. On the sacred stone of the proving ground, the nobleman faced the servant boy. Lord Dace carried a sword crafted for his own hand and was clad in his great-grandfather's armor. The servant boy had neither armor nor weapon. When the battle began, the boy fought like a whole pack of angry deep stalkers, flinging themselves upon the startled lord, wrenching the sword from his hand and prying at his armor with bared fingers. The boy knocked Lord Dace to the ground and beat him until the lord begged for mercy. The boy and his family were reinstated to their place in Dace's household, and the virtue of the boy's father was not questioned again. The ancestors had spoken, and no one will question their word, as told by Shaper Vorteg. Interesting. AI map. I think everything is, oh, this one. Merchants. Who are you? Jarvia.
You ask too many questions. All you've got to know how to say is, "I, mistress."
And who are you?
You don't recognize me?
You know Jarvia, right? Barat's favorite lieutenant and the only person he trusts in all of Orzammar. You know that, Jarvia.
Is it true you're sleeping with Bart?
I think it's way past time we were going. Don't smile on you, Jarvia.
Get out!
That was a legit question. That was a great question. Hope that's not a dead body. It's not our business. Let's go.